So with the election of Donald Trump, plenty of people are in an uproar regarding his recent executive orders and cabinet picks. Just yesterday, Donald Trump selected Neil Gorsuch as his Supreme Court nominee, and while Democrats throughout Congress have pledged to obstruct whoever he picks, we as citizens have an obligation to take a critical but honest stance when judging decisions such as these. So who is Neil Gorsuch? The truth is, we don't know much about him. Trump is making a strategic decision to pick someone who is relatively unknown in hopes it will strengthen his ability to push his candidate through Congress. However, there's quite a bit we still do not know about Gorsuch. He was born in Denver and spent most of his early life in Washington, D.C. after his mother was appointed to the head of the EPA during the Reagan administration. Shortly after graduating from Columbia University, he worked for 10 years as a lawyer in a D.C. law firm. His most notable case while working there was Derma Pharmaceuticals versus Brondo, where he critiqued the ability of company shareholders to fabricate what he believed to be frivolous lawsuits against companies in which they held stock. Quote, fraud litigation imposes an enormous toll on the economy, costing businesses billions of dollars in settlements every year. What this tells us about him is that while he values and protects the rights of corporations, he also cares about cutting through the red tape and regulation that might hinder businesses throughout the country. During the Bush administration, Gorsuch was appointed to the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals. Much of what we know about Gorsuch comes from his time here as a judge. Principal to his beliefs is his defense of religious and Christian organizations to make business decisions relative to their beliefs. Following the passage of the Affordable Care Act, Gorsuch protected the rights of employers to deny insurance coverage for contraceptives without copay on religious grounds. With Trump's recent immigration ban of 7 primarily Muslim countries and Trump's original view of banning all Muslims from the U.S., political pundits have been concerned with his Supreme Court's nominee view of religious minorities in the United States. While Gorsuch hasn't handled a case in which a minority religion's rights have been questioned, he has stated the following: the law doesn't just apply to protect popular religious beliefs. It does perhaps its most important work in protecting unpopular religious beliefs, vindicating this nation's long-held aspiration to serve as a refuge of religious tolerance. Gorsuch is a strict constitutionalist, which means he favors a literal reading of the Constitution and doesn't see it as something which requires much interpretation. He takes this stance toward most legislation, and when it comes to the death penalty, denied requests of death row inmates seeking alternatives to executions under the Anti-Terrorism and Effective Death Penalty Act of 1996. With his literal view of the Constitution, it's no wonder that Gorsuch has come under fire in regards to his view on abortion. While he hasn't published an official view on the matter, it is assumed that he holds a pro-life stance, due to his view on euthanasia, where he has stated that he views all human beings as intrinsically valuable, and that actively taking a human life by a private person is almost always wrong. Many conservatives find issue with the landmark Roe v. Wade conclusion because they don't believe that the Constitution offers a literal protection for a woman's right to choose to kill her unborn child. What do you think? Now that you have some background into Neil Gorsuch, do you think he was a good pick? Be sure to comment and subscribe for more content regarding U.S. and world politics.